Providence Marianwood is the only nonprofit skilled nursing facility in the Issaquah-Sammamish area. Today, Providence Marianwood provides skilled nursing and rehabilitation. So we do have two sides of the building. We have our transitional care unit for patients from the hospital that's needing care while they recuperate to go back home. And we also do have our long-term care units, which our patients consider, or our residents consider that their home, and they're here to live their lives. A person is not made of dollar signs, right? It's made of stories, it's made of love, it's made of passion. It's a life. It's a life that we care for, and we care for a lot of lives. And we hold that dearly in our hearts.
It's hard to get old. It's the most difficult job I've ever had. I still wear perfume. I wear Chanel No. 5 because I think that when we get old, we don't present our best anymore. My mom and I came from Germany. She was a German war bride, is what you called it back in those days. But my dad was determined, and he was a Hawaiian boy, Portuguese from Hawaii. I graduated from high school, and then I went to business college in Hawaii. It was called Honolulu Business College. And then came the day that I went to San Francisco, and that was fantastic. Nothing like being single in San Francisco. That was fabulous. And after 18 months, he showed up, and we got together, went out to dinner, and in 6 months we were married. And I packed up and moved to Seattle. I stayed at home and raised children, and he went to work. In those days, that's what you did. Budgets were where you could. That's not so much today, is it? I deliver the mail. I'm president of the resident council. I spend a lot of time with patients. I make sure that they're involved in things, in reading, and I like to hear them talk. I ask them to tell me about their life and what is important to them here and why they're here. Same questions you asked me. There's really nobody else or nothing else to do in your life but to do some good for others. That's your purpose in life. If you cannot do something good for somebody else, then you might as well forget it. Like it was Jackie Kennedy, something along those lines. I don't know exactly how she said it. I think that keeps you going.
If you would have told me 6 weeks, 8 weeks ago, I would have probably laughed at you. I wouldn't have believed you. I didn't really think it was even possible. December of 2017, I was hospitalized for severe neck pain, my spinal stenosis, and foraminal stenosis. So spinal cord being compressed and also the nerve roots being compressed. They finally had to operate on the 31st of January, 2018. They recommended getting physical therapy at a skilled nursing facility. So they kept trying to find a place. Several places turned me down. No prognosis of being able to walk again. And then my insurance, I think a lot of those things were big turnoffs. Now, Providence Marianwood has a completely different approach. They're about helping, and because it's a nonprofit, maybe that's the reason why they were willing to accept me. So against all odds, Providence, Marianwood accepted me, got in on the 17th of January. The following Monday, when I met the regular physical and occupational therapist, I said, "Do you think I'll walk again?" After testing me on the parallel bars, and over the course of 10 days, went from walking like a tightrope and walking like a duck to independent use with a four-wheel walker. Despite the prognosis on paper, dignifying me with the opportunity made me feel like I was a person and not a number. I wasn't just a case on paper. I was a human being with needs and goals, and like almost anything would be possible.
When you come to Providence, Marianwood, you'll see people like me who are passionate, who loves what they do, who loves to serve. I want Marianwood to continue to be able to share the stories that we have for each of our residents and patients here. And I really do want to continue the mission. I mean, I believe in Providence's mission. It's as expressions of God's healing love through the ministry of Jesus. We are steadfast in serving all, especially the poor and the vulnerable. And I believe that. And that's what we do here at Marianwood.
So I'm going to tell you, when you end up here, when you come here, don't lay in your bed. Don't be upset about having to be here. Look in that mirror. Do the best that you can to be who you are, because you can give a lot. You'd be surprised. Maybe you can go in that room and say, "How can I help you? I'm in a wheelchair myself, but what can I do for you?" Have sense for people. Have compassion. Have empathy. You must have these human feelings.